Imagine a crime so terrifying, so perfectly executed, that police closed the file for over 45 years, a cold case gathering dust in forgotten archives, its secrets buried deep within the annals of history, seemingly destined to remain unsolved forever. Now, picture that decades-old mystery being cracked wide open, not by a seasoned detective with years of experience and a team of forensic experts, but by the innocent hand of a 3-year-old girl and her crayon, revealing a truth no one could have anticipated. This is the chilling, true story of how a child's drawing of a murder victim led authorities to the undeniable truth, unraveling a decades-long enigma and exposing the dark secrets hidden within a seemingly ordinary community. It exposed one of America's most twisted serial abductors, a predator who had evaded justice for far too long, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and countless victims in his wake. His identity shrouded in mystery until this unexpected breakthrough. Our story centers on Jodie Foster, a single mother, and her bright-eyed little girl, Hana, who was just 3 years old at the time, embarking on a new chapter in their lives, unaware of the darkness that awaited them. In January 2000, Jodie made a pivotal decision. A fresh start was precisely what they desperately needed, a chance to escape past burdens and build a better future, leaving behind the shadows of their previous life. She packed up their entire lives, every memory and possession, and moved to the seemingly idyllic town of Chico, California, a place she hoped would offer peace and security for her and her daughter. Chico, at first glance, appeared to be the perfect place for a new beginning, a picturesque haven promising peace and tranquility, with its charming small-town atmosphere and welcoming community, a stark contrast to the life they had left behind. With its charming tree-lined streets and friendly, welcoming neighborhoods, it seemed like a dream come true, a safe haven for her and Hana, a place where they could finally feel at home and start anew, free from worry. Jodie quickly found an apartment complex that seemed to tick all the boxes: beautiful gardens, a big pool, and, crucially, close to a school for Hana, making it an ideal choice for their new life. She eagerly signed a lease for apartment number 14. Remember that number, for it would soon become synonymous with terror, a place where their hopes for a fresh start would be shattered by an unspeakable evil. On January 31st, 2000, Jodie and Hana stepped inside their new home, their hearts filled with hope and the promise of a brighter future, eager to begin their new life in Chico, California. But the very moment Jodie crossed the threshold, an inexplicable wave of intense fear washed over her, a cold dread that seeped into her bones, a premonition of the horrors that lay hidden within those walls. The apartment was clean, bright, and exactly what she wanted on the surface, yet a profound feeling of wrongness settled deep in her chest, an unsettling sensation that she couldn't quite shake, despite the seemingly perfect surroundings. She tried desperately to shrug it off, rationalizing, "It's just nerves. A new life starts now," trying to convince herself it was merely anxiety, the natural apprehension of starting over in an unfamiliar place. But the shadow she felt wasn't her imagination. It was a palpable presence, the lingering echo of an old, unresolved horror that permeated the very walls, a silent testament to the dark events that had transpired there. The first night in apartment 14, the strange occurrences began, subtle at first, then growing in intensity, each one more unsettling than the last, slowly eroding their sense of peace and security. And they only got worse, transforming their new home into a terrifying nightmare, a place where peace was a forgotten luxury, replaced by an ever-present sense of dread and unease, making every moment a struggle. The true horror of apartment 14 was just beginning to unfold, a sinister narrative waiting to reveal its darkest secrets, a story that would forever change the lives of Jodie and Hana and expose a chilling truth. Every morning, Hana's shoes, which Jodie always left by the door, were gone. This unsettling routine became a chilling prelude to strange events. They would reappear later, sitting perfectly in the middle of Hana's bed. A sense of dread crept into Jodie's life as these inexplicable occurrences continued. Jodie questioned her daughter, Hana,
about the shoes. Hana always denied it, her innocent eyes showing only confusion. Then, one quiet evening, Jodie heard it. Hana, in her room, talking. Not playing, but talking to someone, her voice hushed and serious. When Jodie asked who she was talking to, Hana pointed to an empty spot near the window and said, "The girl's standing right there, Mama." Jodie's blood ran cold. The chilling revelation sent shivers down her spine, confirming her deepest fears. Hana insisted the girl wore a white shirt, adding a disturbing specificity. Then she gave her a name, Marlee's. This unseen friend began to dominate Hana's playtime, her innocent games now infused with a sinister influence. She started drawing pictures. But these weren't happy, childlike scribbles. They were disturbing, revealing a darker narrative. One drawing showed a girl, the girl in the white shirt, hanged. The imagery was stark, brutal, and terrifying for a child's hand. And standing beside her, two shadowy figures, a man with glasses and a woman with short hair. Their presence was menacing. Then it wasn't just Hana. Jodie began to have terrifying, recurring nightmares, blurring reality and the supernatural. She saw a young woman walking down a street in Chico, a mundane setting soon to be shattered by terror. A blue car stops. A man and a woman inside call out to her, their voices muffled and sinister. The young woman runs, her heart pounding as the blue car chases, its engine a terrifying roar in the night. The breaking point came at 3:37 a.m., a time etched into Jodie's memory, marking the peak of the terror. Jodie woke to the faint sound of static from the TV. A gas burner on the stove was lit, casting an unnatural glow. And a forgotten children's toy in the corner suddenly started talking, its mechanical voice a chilling intrusion. The lights in the apartment flickered wildly, plunging the space into momentary darkness before returning with terrifying intensity.
And the name of the girl who disappeared? Marlee's. This was the true story of Mary Elizabeth Spanhaak, an 18-year-old girl who vanished without a trace from apartment 14 on January 31st, 1976. The case went cold, leaving behind a chilling silence. But cold cases, like bad memories, always linger, haunting those left behind. Jodie and Hana escaped the horrors of apartment 14, but they never truly understood why they were haunted by its lingering presence. We do. This is where the story truly begins to bleed into reality, revealing its dark secrets. There are secrets hiding in the old police files, waiting to be uncovered. Unsettling details about the boyfriend, John Barr, emerge from the depths of the investigation. Discrepancies in the timeline raise more questions than answers, challenging the official narrative. And a motive that is far more terrifying than a simple haunting, a truth that chills to the bone. You've just finished part 1 of this unsettling journey. To understand the chilling why, to unlock the dark truth behind Marlee's disappearance and what kept her spirit trapped, you need the rest of the file. The only way to guarantee you see the full story is to join our ranks and become part of this investigation. Don't let YouTube's algorithm decide if you get to hear the conclusion of this gripping case. Click subscribe right now. It's your admission key to the second, more disturbing half of this case. Ring the bell to ensure the notification for part 2, where we break down the real-life suspects, lands directly on your phone. Tell me in the comments, do you think Marlee's spirit was trapped, or was she waiting for justice? Click the video on your screen to explore another story of terror, another unsolved mystery. Stay subscribed, stay afraid,